I am Sandy Spady, and welcome to the Power Up Talk Show, a talk show where we bring together community leaders and inspirational people that are making a difference in the world. Before I invite and introduce my amazing, lovely guests, we like to start out with a little fun with Dion Bass and Songbird Cocktails.
Good morning, Sandy. Today I wanted to do something a little out of this world. So I wanted to make a Saturn, but I wanted to make it a very special Saturn for you. So what I've done is I've frozen a bunch of mango and gotten some cotton candy to kind of give it that unearthly vibe. And then we're going to start out with a little lemon. Lemon's going to be our citrus. It's also going to give our cocktail its balance. Then we're going to use a almond-infused passion fruit syrup. This is going to be the body of our cocktail. It's going to kind of make it have that viscosity that we want. Our next ingredient is going to be our velvet falernum. Now, this is going to give our cocktail the spice that we want. La 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 la. And lastly, we're going to add some Plymouth gin. Now this can only be made in Plymouth, so it is literally regionally protected. And when you have nothing else to do to your cocktail, the only thing you can do is shake, shake.
Shake, 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 shake. Yeah, that's what we like.
And then we're going to pour this deliciousness into a glass and serve. And ladies, have a wonderful show.
Thank you, Dion.
You're welcome.
All right, well, let's check this out, girl. Let's do a toast, attempt to have a drink.
Cheers.
I don't know if I got to eat it or drink it.
I feel like my nose is going to go into it, so. Oh, so good.
Okay, okay.
This is cotton candy.
Wow.
I am like such a kid
Oh,
for this.
we're eating that. It's going to be gone. All right, hello, audience. I have such a lovely, fun, lively, spiritual, sassy. What else can I say? Look at those glasses. All right. Josefina Loza.
Loza.
Okay, I knew I was going to screw that up. She is the master of storytelling. Besides that, she is a Latino-owned branding manager PR firm. She's a public speaker. Mm-hmm. She's a coach. She's an author of this amazing book we're going to talk about. And she is a community leader, which we're going to talk about too. You put that all together and it's called Sassy Confident Woman right here. Thank you. Hello.
You know, I have a cup that I take out every St. Patrick's, and it says Sassy Lassie. And I feel like that embodies kind of me.
I love it.
So,
I love it. Thank you for coming today.
Thanks.
Oh my gosh, her energy just makes me smile. Let's talk about your greatness. Where should we begin? Where should we begin?
I don't know.
We talk about how you branched off for 25 years of PR and advertising and storytelling and writing. Let's start with that.
You want to start with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I am a longtime journalist. I knew when I was really young that I wanted to be a writer.
Yeah.
And so I started at the World-Herald when I was 17, going on 18. And spent 15 years there just learning the ropes. hitting the city. I have my own nightlife column. And I think that right there, just being able to write about people and get to know people, has always been the thread throughout my entire career. I love people. I love culture. I love going to openings. I love learning about, like, whether it's adversity or it is, a success story. I just like to champion community. Then I was recruited to UNO, where I spent 8 years. I worked with their independent student newspaper, The Gateway, teaching journalism, principles, ethics. I really wanted to continue having an impact in the field of news and journalism and really help young people hone in their skills. But then COVID happened, and a lot of things happened during COVID. We were all locked in. It was really depressing and sad. I feel for a lot of people who are extroverts like me, and I need people, to survive. And, I was working remotely with the students, but I started to see two things happening. One was my community, especially small businesses, were closing up at such a rapid pace. And it was because many did not know how to digitally navigate their business, how to market it that way. And the second was I had so many young people who were graduating from four-year universities, and they were still working jobs in retail stores because they didn't have the 2 to 3 years work of experience. So I decided with that, and a girl had a hustle. Going through a divorce was really tough, It became all of a sudden from a 2-person household income to, a single mom with her 2 kids, and I needed that to supplement. So of course I said, well, if other people are needing the help in this reign of, branding, marketing, and PR, that's my expertise. Why would I not lend a hand? So for an entire year and a half, I gave my services away pro bono to small businesses who needed it. And that helped me really brand myself, get a handle over how things were changing vastly from written word, which is still very important, but to a very visual society. And also, since we were plugging in so much, I also understood the importance of how to unplug. So it became more understanding human behavior. During that period, as I was trying to figure out what life was all over again, starting it, I feel like, people, have this point in life where they feel, this is who I am. But change happens and life happens, and it forces us to re-identify or rebrand is what I consider. Rebrand yourself. And that's what I did. I loved creating Lozafina, which is my marketing firm. I loved the idea of helping others get organized, especially during a time that they weren't motivated or there were so many job losses. What do I do now that I've worked a certain industry for so long and now I know nothing else? What do I do, So having those parallels that were happening in my world, I decided to sit down with a friend of mine, a designer, because I told him, he's like, Jose, you're so busy, how do you do it? And I'm like, I take it day by day. I literally have to take life day by day. It can become so overwhelming. And I said, I start every morning with a motivational quote. And that quote is an affirmation or something that pops in my head, and I would write it down on a Post-it. It first started with lipstick on the mirror, like, oh, you are beautiful, like, And then I thought, oh, this might stain. So I wiped it off. But Post-its, I have Post-its that littered everywhere in my house. And so when I called my friend and said, I have like 800 plus quotes, and I have this idea of a book that I want to create. But I don't want it to be any traditional planner. I want this to be a motivational quote book that you can date, like literally date your book, right? Have a meeting with yourself. And the thing that would frustrate me is I would buy these planners or calendars, and then I would forget about them and come back and I'm like, oh, I missed like 6 months of life that I didn't log it. So it was the discipline. I had to teach myself how to discipline myself from having an infinite laundry list of things to do to feeling accomplished. And it's so amazing when you do have that meeting with yourself, you do date it. If you forget about it, you come back to it, you redate it, you know? And then you write down just 7. For me, that's the perfect number. I mean, the world's Earth
7
was
days.
7 days, right?
Yes.
How many days in a week? 7. It's a very divine number.
Yes.
So some people like 3, and I think that's a beautiful number. But 7 was like, I need to at least put 7 items down and then get to the first top 3.
Yeah.
You know? And so it has a to-do list, and then inside it is a journal where I want you to reflect, whether that's how you start your morning, it's, you know, kind of planning your day, or if you're like me, an evening person, I like a lot of reflection. I jot down, this is where I'm unplugging. Now we have an online community, we have a podcast.
With the book?
With the book,
I love
yes.
it.
And what we do is we talk about different topics to keep us disciplined, because when motivation ends, discipline kicks in.
Yeah.
And so, and then the notes section is just to jot down whatever's in your head. So you have your beautiful copy.
Thank you. I'm so excited. It's a good way to start 2024.
Oh, it's
I mean,
totally
2026.
We're
Where am
in
I?
6.
I don't know where I'm at.
She rewinded.
Oh, whoa. No, I don't want to go back.
2024 was a good year.
It was a good year, but I'm at 2026. Probably because I think you got an award in 2024. Didn't you? Or something. I don't know. Something's standing out. Yeah, let's see.
But
yours.
yeah, so mine's beaten up. Oh my
I love
gosh.
it.
It is so beaten up. But I, like when I say, and there's instructions, I wanted to make it fun and playful. So when you open it up, it explains kind of where my headspace was at. You know, and the immersive journey that I had went on. And then the user guide, like read the insight, right? That's the daily planner wisdom. Date the planner, like romance the calendar, you know, is what you want to do. Make it fun.
Yeah.
Do the to-do list, right? And then use the notes section. If you have random thoughts, it's okay to write them down. They're like, I love in the middle of the night, I have even like a sleep journal where I'll have a dream or I'll have a thought or I'll have whatever. I cannot unplug until it's out of my mind.
Yes.
So I just jot the note down. And then you just journal from start to end. It's all about consistency and bragging about yourself. The thing we don't do enough is, I feel life is overwhelming. There's so much always to do. But how much have you already accomplished?
Right.
There's a lot. And so you have to write about those wins. You have to rant about how your morning was. And then I have like a streak calendar that I mark up. So I feel accomplished when I go through it. But it is, I beat it up, you know, some days more than others. And you know, I put my clip in it and I just keep going. And, you know, the quotes are hilarious. You know, before there was them, there was you. So why do their opinions matter?
Exactly.
You know, so it's just a good reminder that you are in this world trying to survive like everyone else. So just do your best every day.
I'm still a book person, right?
Yeah.
I bring my pencils. I usually have my color pencils. I can't wait to whip them out for this. And in resilience in words. And you're so powerful with words. Words
Thank you.
can really, like when you taught the Masterminds course as a coach for that, all my gals were just so impressed and so on fire. And then we had, you know, more practice of writing down our stories. It was beautiful.
Yes.
And the power of words. I'm so excited for this. How can people find this? How can they get part of the community?
This is the soft copy. It's
Okay.
a little bit larger. And then we have a hard copy that's more narrow, easy to kind of pack in. This is more like
Like
a
a
coffee
first to
table
go,
book.
and this is like it by your bed.
Right. So Amazon, Resilience in Words, and it will pop right up.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Yes.
How do I be part of the community?
So a part of the community, we already have a YouTube channel. You can follow it on the YouTube channel. And so what we're doing now is building out our online community. We will have a newsletter. So we have a wait list going on right now. If you go to lozafina.com and you scroll on the landing page, at the very bottom it says join our community. That's where you want to put your email in so you can find out all the events that we're having. So we'll do pop-up in person, pop-up virtually. And then more importantly, we just want to hear people's stories and journeys of whatever it is that, whether it's depression, a new family, a new baby, whatever it is that you're going through, that you're having a change of life, you can still appreciate the journey.
The journey.
It is the journey.
All the journey. That's what Women with Voices is founded on. All these amazing women just share their journeys with me. And I'm like, you got to share them because other women are on that journey today. I love it. I love communities. It's my keynote, right? The power of community. And now you're building one. And I'm going to be a part of it. You do too. All right. This is great. Let's talk about your award. You had an amazing award in 2024. See,
there was
that's
the
where
date.
it came. Inducted into the Omaha Press Club Excellent Hall of Fame.
I'm a Hall of Famer, babe.
Baby,
I'm a
hot
Hall of
fire.
Famer.
I love it. How do you become that? What? Tell me about that. It's an amazing award.
Oh, it blew my mind. It is such an honor. I mean, you're having legacies. Warren Buffett is listed on the Hall of Fame, right? To have my name among, publishers and writers that have been in this community that I adore, as well as, broadcasters and just those in the communication field that I've looked up to my entire life. And when I received that call that the nomination came in and they wanted to induct me, I literally lost it. I'm like, what? I show up. Showing up in life is half of it. You just show up to class, show up to work, show up with your friends, just show up. And, for me, it was always just showing up for community, writing about the stories that get forgotten, writing about communities that don't often get the good news written about, writing about just beautiful journeys that people have been on and we don't share enough of them. And so my legacy with news has always been just being that connector and being able to highlight beautiful people that are doing wonderful things that I'm impressed with, and I feel honored to just listen into their life. But I felt, and I still am so humbled because I just show up and do the work. I never thought about the recognition. And now I feel like, oh, girl, I can brag. I'm a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, you can.
And the youngest one ever inducted.
Wow.
And the first Latina.
Wow.
And so there's a lot of
Huge.
firsts there. Yeah. So I am so filled with gratitude to the Omaha Press Club for honoring so many amazing people.
That's so impressive. Of course she is. She's my friend. Okay. All right. Let's talk about, you're going to be a speaker at the One with Voices Summit coming up. And the theme this year is Fearless Futures. And it's not, sometimes people hear that and they think, oh, what? We all have fear. I'm like, that's exactly what it is about, overcoming fear, right? And you're on the panel for entrepreneurship panel for that. And we're going to share a little bit about vulnerability of being human and our fears, which you have overcame so many fears. Is there a particular one that you could share with the audience that you're just like, I did it?
We're all human, right?
Yeah.
We're all very human. And recently, I was invited to participate in Yes.
Oh, yeah. That's my next question. I love it. Yes.
And so Youth Emergency Services had asked me years ago to participate when I was a journalist. And then again, when I was teaching at UNO. And my daughters overheard the conversation. And it's just like I had this huge lecture the night before saying, you need to be comfortable, just doing things that stretch you and make you grow and make you feel uncomfortable. And you may feel ick, or you may feel like, oh, I have this paralyzing fear that I don't want to do it. But how else do you know if you're a brilliant artist, right? How else are you to know if you're a brilliant writer or a dancer or whatever it may be if you don't put yourself out there to try it, right? And so I feel like I told them, eating your vegetables, you just got to try them, right? You're not going to die. But for me, it was 1,000% gut-wrenching because I don't like to publicly, I have no problem talking. to masses of people, like going to, you know, corporations or conferences and talking to masses. I have no problem, like, you know, being on TV or on camera. I have no problem going up to people that are complete strangers and talking to them. But I had this fear of actually doing organized dance, because I'm like the girl who will two-step or like do her crazy dance by herself, not an organized like routine. And so that was that conversation when they had called, my daughters had walked in to the room because they overheard what was happening, and they were egging me on, like, do it, like, remember, you have to stretch and grow.
I love it.
So I did. I participated here recently, just a few weeks ago, and it was nerve-wracking because you're not in control. And that's what it is. You have to realize in life you're not always going to be in control. I mean, we're not in control, but I want to enjoy the experience. So it was beautiful. It was fun. It was amazing, and it was unlike any other experience. And now it's like checked off my bucket list. They had like 457 people in attendance, and I'm like, what?
You know, I did that in 2021.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a professional dancer, so I had Caleb Duncan, my photographer.
Caleb.
And you know where we found out our dance? TikToks. We took TikToks together.
And you strung them together.
But what's wonderful, if you don't know about Youth Emergency Services, which I love, it's for our youth homeless in Omaha, Nebraska, right here. And being on so many sex trafficking committees and, you know, women, we support women.
Yes.
I know what happens to the foster care system. I was on the COSTA board. They end up on the streets, and how do they survive sex trafficking? So it's such a powerful event. I couldn't go. I was at a silent retreat this weekend, but I did donate, and I was there in spirit.
Oh, yes.
It's such a wonderful organization.
It is.
And look at you did it. I know it. And it is nervous. We were the first ones. And I was like, we have to be the first ones. But then we were done, right? Where were you at in the lineup?
Yes. They asked, because we did the time warp.
Okay.
So that was really fun, from Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Nice.
But we did second.
Okay, good.
I agreed to second because I wanted to be able to sit back and just enjoy the rest of it.
It's nice. Well, yay. What other community things do you like to do or focus on? You know, I always pick 2 nonprofits a year, and I give them my heart. So tell me about you. Like, what do? You do so much, right?
Yes.
But anything that stands out that you want to share that you're just really passionate about?
Oh my gosh. So I love working with nonprofit organizations. So I absolutely love serving on the board of Omaha Bridges. Omaha Bridges Out of Poverty is in Omaha and Council Bluffs, and they work on upskilling adult education and helping them really feel that confidence and learn the basic fundamentals of, you know, whether it's financing or public speaking or just upskilling them. I think that workforce training is phenomenal. I have like a laundry list. Like, I love working with young people. So any aspect of working with young people in volunteerism, I will do. So like Inclusive Communities, I think, is a brilliant organization that I really love, how they get people together to really fight racism and bigotry. Great Plains Black History Museum. I love traveling. I think art is beautiful. One of the things during COVID I did is taught myself how to scribble paint.
Nice.
Like literally scribble it out and then paint.
Juices came out for people during COVID. There were some crappy things, but some creative things came out.
Yeah. So, but getting a deeper appreciation for history, going back to the stories. So I love working with Great Plains Black History Museum, traveling. Oh my gosh, Jocelyn is so phenomenal. So anytime I can learn art, but any space, especially when I'm asked about volunteering for young people, or if it has any kind of connection with young people, my heart is, it goes out to them. I mean, I feel that they are so brilliant and they're so ready and capable, but giving them the chance, we're nervous. I feel like a lot of corporate, that's why I go back to that 2 to 3 years worth of experience. Like, just give them a launching pad. and they'll show you what they can do. I mean, they're ushering us into a new, cusp of technology. So, why not
Why not jump?
learn from them?
So true.
Yeah.
And your beautiful daughter,
Yeah. Yeah.
she has watched you closely. Just share with the audience a little bit about her nonprofit, right?
Yes.
Because I heard her speak at the Global Women's Conference, and that was not a dry eye in the audience.
know.
She did so well. So
Yes.
share a little bit about. Her name just went blank. I'm sorry.
Alejandra.
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
Gosh, I just got her connected with Sam with the New Year's Eve event.
Oh,
But yeah,
wonderful.
'cause she's going to do
Yes.
the bracelets.
The
But
bracelets,
just
yes.
real quick, just share your great.
Yes. So
Alejandra.
Has her own business, and we established the nonprofit. So that was officially established this month, which is so cool. But what it is it's you can find it online, goshophaya.com. And she focuses on teen mental health and suicide prevention. And she goes into different schools and community organizations and teaches workshops on really coping skills and peer-led initiatives that help young people. We do not allow them enough to just exist and understand that sadness is an emotion. And crying is we love to freely cry, and that sorrow doesn't always have to be associated or connected with the crying. Like, we just have all these pent up emotions, and it's okay to talk to peers and to talk to people about them, and learning how to have a safe adult that you can open up to. We're looking at the rates right now for suicide. Recently there was one that was
Alarming.
Very
I think Nebraska is really high.
It is. So in Douglas County, it is twice the national rate. And so she has been such a big advocate. She goes around the world and she speaks at youth organizations. She was in Italy 2 years ago, a year ago, and then this past July in Montreal, and she's gearing up for another
I got to get her
trip.
on my show. What was I
Totally.
thinking? Totally going to have her on this show.
But the whole concept is she has coped by making bracelets, and that is what distracts her mind and gets her relaxed. And she's teaching other people how to do it. And the concept is, for every bracelet you buy on the site, one is given as a care kit to a teen in need of encouragement.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're running out of time. I can't believe it.
I
How
know.
can we find you? The community.
yes.
Just share with the world.
So Lozafina.com. It's just my name flip-flopped. Josefina Loza, Fina Loza, Lozafina. So Lozafina.com, and that's where you can find out what we're doing. We have community events that we're connected to, and blogs and stories, and all the goodness. All the
Yay.
goodness is there.
Well, thank you, my friend.
Thank you for having
All
me.
right. Audience, go be creative. Write a story journal. Get the book for 2026. But remember, your story is powerful, and your journey is wonderful, and just share it with the world. Thank you.